Doping suspension, public harassment from troll, and more. Iga Swiatek's nightmare period leading up to French Open. Iga Swiatek suffered a shocking 1-6, 5-7 defeat in the third round of the 2025 Italian Open against Danielle Collins, bringing an end to her title defense. The Pole has had to suffer a lot of ordeals leading up to this year's French Open title defense. Swiatek is suffering from nearly a year-long title drought, with her last title being her third consecutive French Open win. Things haven't been well for the Pole since her heartbreaking defeat to Jen Kinwin at the Paris Olympics, where she was the favorite to win the gold. Things went from bad to worse since then, and the former world know. One will head into the French Open this year with the hope of proving her naysayers wrong. From a doping suspension to a troll heckling her, let's have a look at the nightmarish period Swiatek has undergone leading up to this year's French Open. Iga Swiatek was handed a 1-month doping suspension after testing positive for TMZ in August last year. Swiatek tested positive for the banned substance trimetazidine during an out-of-competition test. However, the Pole's explanation that her consumption of the substance was unintentional and entered her body through the medication melatonin, which she took to help her with jet lag and sleeping issues, was accepted by the ITIA, International Tennis Integrity Agency. She was provisionally suspended for a month from September 12 onwards, which meant she had to miss out on the Asian swing, following which she appealed the suspension successfully by mentioning the aforementioned explanation, and her suspension was lifted on October 4. The 23-year-old made her case public on 28 November via a video on her social media, where she explained the happenings of her ordeal. Amid her already hard doping ordeal, Iga Swiatek also split up with her longtime coach, Tomasz Wiktorowski, under whose coaching she won 4 Grand Slam titles in October last year. Though this decision sent shockwaves throughout the tennis fraternity, Wiktorowski felt that the decision was a necessity. It was simply a necessity. "We have never made sudden, and above all, ill-considered decisions," he said. Swiatek then made the decision to bring Naomi Osaka's ex-coach Wim Fissette on board. The Belgian coach has coached the likes of Jen Kinwin, Kim Clijsters, Angelique Kerber, Victoria Azarenka, Petra Kvitova, and Simona Halep. Unfortunately, the Swiatek-Fissette duo is still in search of their maiden title win, despite making it to the latter stages of events on many occasions. Iga Swiatek was alarmingly harassed by a troll who targeted her relationships with her mother and psychologists at the Miami Open ahead of her third-round match at the 2025 Miami Open. Swiatek geared herself up by getting some important practice. However, the session was ruined by an obsessed troll who started maligning the Pole and her relationships with her mother and her sports psychologist, Daria Abramowicz.